we always begin these games, or at least I do, with a very specific kind of formula. There's always a letter from an unknown sender. Always something to set the mood, but I feel like tonight, in the heart of the Fire Nation, there is nothing better to set the mood with. Thank you all for being here. Our glorious nation has hit its stride in the national stage. The arts cultivated here on our homeland are amongst the greatest in the world. Our cuisine is unlike anything from here to the south or north. Our technology has far surpassed whatever is on that great rock to the east. I know many of you feel as I do, that our greatness shouldn't be shared with the world. Unfortunately, the nomads feel a different way. They would wish us eradicated. For years they have dug into our society on the promise of freedom and love, but we know them for who they are. Thugs. They've attacked our buildings, stolen our heritage, and murdered my sister. Your princess, Zaisan. They think we are so weak that we would not bring justice for killing one of our people. How can we share our greatness with the world if a radical hate group is trying to silence us at every turn? For the safety of our culture, for the children that live under our banner, we have made the decision to put an end to the threat. Permanently. You have all been selected as people of interest. Given your contributions to our nation thus far, I have decided to make you all aware of what will happen in 1 year's time. To pull off swiftly and easily, we will need the power of your houses to further fuel the war effort. We will start with the traitorous nomads and remove the Avatar from the cycle of violence that he perpetuated. And each nation forward, they will all fall in line. We will do this for the people of the Fire Nation. We will do this for each other, who we support. But most importantly, we will do this for ourselves. For the many that would have us carry their voices to every corner of the world. Who will join me? The Firelord sits in his throne, a black silhouette amongst a column of fire, which he commands. As all lords and ladies of noble houses kneel and bow to him and hang on his every word, you see people rise up one at a time, standing and giving the customary Fire Nation salute to him, pledging their allegiance and their resources to this proposed war effort. Timon, as the head of your house, what do you do?
I want to look to Azumi first. I want to gauge, like, her expression.
Izumi, you're sitting you're given a good seat, but you're not a head of house. You are sitting in one of the aisles, in one of the side places behind, kind of next to a pillar in the shade.
So it wouldn't be like a very obvious. Yeah, it wouldn't be like a very obvious like.
Yeah, you just want to.
Am I
GM,
close
real
to
quick, is the
time,
camera still
or-
supposed to be just on you right now? Because on the stream, it's just on you.
Maybe that's what I wanted. I'm your Firelord after all.
I
I'll
know,
focus
it's
on
just
the
your
Fire
final,
Lord.
you know.
We don't want
You're
a
asking us
repeat of this
questions,
situation.
so...
We want a repeat of the last situation, do we?
Yeah, everyone missed me doing a cool backflip while I was talking.
Yeah, it was
Do
real
it again.
sick.
We'll take it back from the beginning. Do it again.
Nah, I'm beat now. I don't think I can.
Only got one,
One
and
flip
then you
jump.
can't, you know.
Anyway, Izumi.
So, am I close to time on? Or,
Close enough.
Or am I
Yeah.
like
A few
look back?
feet away.
Close enough.
4 to 5.
I'm trying to keep as neutral, that noble neutral. Ty would know the face of don't freaking show emotion, intent, focused on Sozin.
So I'm gonna do my best to just look contemplative, and I'm going to wait to see what Yuka does.
Oh,
Yuka?
fuck.
Yuka, you are not head of house,
Mm-mm.
but you are very
It's
close in
family.
proximity to that power, so you are sitting next to Daizo. You look at his face, and it is still scarred from his title's namesake, the Dragon of the East, blind in his left eye. He is among the first to stand, and clearly expects you to follow suit.
I know how this game is played. God's taught me that at least, so... Again, trying to keep the very neutral, kind of not conceal, don't feel, but maybe showing just the tiniest bit of reluctance. I follow suit with my dad. Not like immediately after, but like
Yeah.
I assume my dad rises up and wants a few other people. Like, I know what I have to do.
I am now focusing attention, like I'm facing Sozin, but I want to be looking at my brother and seeing what he's doing. Eyes on head of house.
There's probably about just a moment's delay after he sees Yuka stand before he'll slowly rise and
There is
I
a
let
great
out and follow suit.
There is a great applause, cheering from all of the nobles around you. What follows is a rather difficult meeting surrounding who is loyal, the kinds of things that your various houses would be able to contribute, and your place as citizens in the future. The Fire Nation Royal Palace is as ornate as it gets. It is enormous and tall, and all of the wood is so deeply brown that it almost mirrors a shade of red. It is crafted by master artisans with gold accents everywhere you look. It's beautifully painted renditions of all of the royal families up to now across the hall. Izumi, you are expected to be pretty close to Taimon at this point. And Juka, you are held at pretty close length to your father, but you are allowed some restraint.
Mm-hmm.
What occurs tonight after the meeting is a laundry list of decisions and consequences. What do you do after getting this news?
probably as soon as it's reasonable to not draw attention to leave. he's out of there. Ty's gone.
Oh yeah, same. Absolutely. No, the second it's safe to, I'm out.
Izumi?
I want to read the room whenever Ty makes his and Yuka make their escape.
Your family name is largely unnoticed because of your various scandals and general issues. Yuka's is a bit of a different situation in which he is not head of house, so all eyes are on his father, Daizo, a very intimidating looking firebender. But aside from that, no one seems to really notice their absence. You do see all manner of politicians and generals. You see the great General Zoe, especially this man with like a very specific kind of mustache and goatee, make his way over to you and give his greeting, Lady Izumi.
General Zoe.
It is a pleasure to see your family still keeping in the loop.
Of course. I assume he knew my father well, considering they were both generals.
Yes.
Yes. Of course. Must keep father's spirit with us and do him honor.
And there is nothing more honorable than a war well fought. I trust if you have anything to speak about. I know things are rather difficult in your house, but I trust if there's anything to speak about, you might reach out to me. I was quite well acquainted with your father, and I feel like I owe something to him, even now.
That is very appreciative. Thank you. I will keep that in mind. This will be a tough time to come, but it does my heart good to see so many people together on this front.
He gives her a little bow and says, I think there will be a great more unity in the days to come. Good day, my lady.
Good day, General.
Yuka? Ty?
Leave when after that if no one else seems to catch my arm.
You especially fade away easily.
Ty probably just like he probably goes off a little bit of a ways to like an alley or something. Just kind of kicking rocks, trying to clear his head. After a little bit, he'll probably just he'll have just like a bit of an intrigue thought come to mind, and he's gonna see if he can't, without Yuka knowing, try to find Yuka.
Where does Yuka go?
Yuka doesn't really think too hard about it. He's a little in his own thoughts right now, so he kind of, once he gets away from the main crowd, he kind of just storms out of there, and he just like kind of walks for a bit, and then is just kind of like hands on his head, freaking out, like not vocalizing any of this, but his thoughts are just going about it like, how is this happening? How can dad be okay with it? I know he's an asshole, but what the fuck? This is a whole other level. Just like fuming.
You end up finding a nice few bushes by the Imperial Palace. Just enough out of sight to where you won't be questioned, but not out of sight enough to where you'll be accused of spying. Ty, given your experience, you are able to kind of just find Yuka. He looks quite distressed.
Perfectly calm. No, I'm just...
I am perfectly.
I'm sorry, he seems perfectly Katara. I mean, calm.
So he probably doesn't even notice you walking up to him. He is just like pacing and like, oh my god, what the fuck? So he probably does not even notice you walking up.
So he, in an attempt to kind of just like lighten the mood, just because it's probably been a while since he's had
Yeah.
like a conversation with Yuka.
Mhm.
He's going to try to just mimic a voice that isn't his own, and just be like, Master Yuka.
He's like fucking freezes.
I'm
Turns
gonna
around.
have you. I'm gonna just for fun. I'm gonna have you push
yeah.
your luck.
Push your luck or trick?
Trick.
Ow.
Trick. Okay. Okay. 8.
Okay. So it's you hear this voice that you don't recognize, but also there's something about the speech pattern that reminds you of something, but you can't put your your fingers on it.
I think either way he's kind of startled by it, so he just kind of like freezes and like turns around. And once he sees that it's time, and he's just gonna kind of say, "You asshole."
Yeah. You too.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't really know what to say.
And you were the one who's always better with words, so how do you think I feel?
Like we don't have a choice.
Yeah. Yes, I would say that.
He's like looking around cautiously just because they are still relatively
Yeah, they're right there.
yeah.
I just I don't know.
I can't. Never mind. It's probably not a good space for it.
Probably not.
I don't know what I was hoping to accomplish. I'm sorry.
No,
It's good seeing you.
this sucks. Okay.
He just like nervously takes off.
See ya. Fuck. And just kind of like kicks a rock. Like a small little pebble, just like, well, that couldn't have gone any worse.
Upon leaving, who do I run into first? I am looking around.
A lot of people
My
are
brother and
rather
Ryuka.
preoccupied with what's going on. You do see your brother sneak off. For however sneaky your brother is, you always found yourself to be sneakier. And you do kind of see the direction he is going. If that is something you want to do, or if you want to go around with some nobles, or do what you want.
So if reading the room, if nothing catches my like super importance, I don't want to insert myself into especially since I'm not head of house at the moment. Just that came out wrong.
Oh, that was
Oh
good.
my.
That was ambitious. Damn.
Okay, that was very.
Uh-oh,
quick.
Ty, watch your back.
I got him.
Shit.
Where's the knife?
Shit. Hold on. Oh, okay. If I don't see anyone, in the absence of my head of house at the moment, I would, after talking with the general or whatever, if I deem it appropriate, head out to see where my brother went.
You actually
got-
catch the tail end of that conversation.
Okay, I want to like casually like be leaning against a wall, so like when my brother comes around the corner, I'm there.
How much?
Nice.
How much the tail end? Like,
Yeah.
Like,
The awkward goodbye.
mostly the
awkward
awkward
goodbye.
goodbye.
okay,
Yeah.
it's probably just in his head. Following me again?
I'm just making sure you're out of trouble.
Yeah, that's my job. Start walking away. Oh shit!
I'm gonna turn the corner and see. I assume Yuka kicking a rock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Walk up to him.
Hey.
Hey,
So I'm guessing you saw that.
I felt that awkwardness. I could feel it.
Yeah.
Are you not talking still?
It's not that we're not talking. Well, I know what happened, but I don't know what happened. It's weird to talk now. I don't know how to talk to him now.
You and me both. How are you doing?
Not great, if I'm being honest. But I imagine this isn't, any easier on you. So,
Want to talk later? We can.
yeah.
Not here, obviously.
Obviously not here. Any chance you can sneak away to the island? Not tonight, if that's too soon, but
I can put you in my books. As long
Okay.
as Ty doesn't skimp on any meetings that we have going on later. Should work.
okay. And I'll meet you there. And I'm gonna head home, and before I do, I'm like gonna do a quick like glance around, make sure that like at least my dad's not around.
He's around, but you are not high on his priority list. Go figure.
For once, thank God. Then I'm gonna, before I sneak off, I'm gonna give her a quick kiss on the cheek, and then I'm
Scandalous.
The island.
living on the edge. You know me.
What island?
Amber Island.
Okay. The evening
After-
passes.
Sorry, I
Yes?
was just gonna small detail. After storming off, Ty's gonna go find a den to gamble in.
Oh, you find
shit.
people. You find a den. There's like this strip of like various back alleys that are heavily populated by varnish and scam artists. You outscam all of them. Unfortunately, you kind of manage to break even. You don't make a lot of money, but you do your best to kind of keep off the subject matter at large.
Yeah, I'd imagine probably like he might have lost a little
Yeah,
that night, if anything, just because he's just so focused
that's not in the
elsewhere.
game.
Yeah.
Getting to Ember Island is rather easy for people in your social class. Matter of taking a ferry, a private ferry, and you end up there. Do you have like a house there? Some place to...
I imagine if If not, I imagine if not both of our parents, then at least my family does.
Okay.
I assume we would have at some point. I don't know if we lost it at all in the
No.
coding in these in between years. Okay, so
Ooh.
that's just.
It's probably not well upkept.
Oh no, no.
It's not like falling apart, but it's probably pretty dusty. There's probably some pests running about. Like,
Yeah. Your
Hyman, you
family's
are
is probably a lot
also
more comfortable.
you're
Yeah.
also
And
reminded.
actually, if you want to have them do stuff, do it. I will be right back.
I would love
Okay.
to have them do stuff. Dance monkeys, dance.
I was gonna say, do stuff.
hey, we're not Day and Osmond right now.
Oh,
Don't make it weird.
Ooh. Ooh, I thought we were in the Fire Nation, not
not genocide.
Not Alabama?
Okay, I was gonna say it because just in case we have any Alabama viewers, hey, no shade.
I'm from the
Alabamians.
South.
No
I can
shame,
say that
Alabama.
shit. I'm from the
Okay,
South.
'cause
I can
that's
say that shit.
No, actually, probably. I'm assuming they didn't go to Ember Island tonight.
No.
Probably not tonight. No, it was probably a arrangements thing.
Okay. Once he come back from gambling, he'll probably go knock on Izumi's door. Whether she is in or if she answers, it does not matter.
I definitely would have gone home after that. So depending on how late into the night would this be then?
Oh, it's probably like 11 p.m., almost midnight.
Okay. Yeah.
It would just be a very soft knock. So, like, if you were asleep, it wouldn't wake you up. But if you were awake, you'd hear it.
I go to see if I could. I assume I have a place where I could see who's at
Yeah,
the door.
little peephole.
Yeah, and I open it.
Hey, sorry. I shouldn't have. Damn it.
Are you drunk again, or
No.
do you know what time it is?
Yeah, it's middle of the damn night.
Come in. Don't need you standing out. And she ushers him in. GT.
No, I'm all right. Sorry about earlier. I wasn't in a good headspace. I shouldn't have snapped like that. Ember Island, I assume, huh?
You assume?
Yeah. You and Yuka?
If the time allows.
Cool. Well,
Have you
fun.
planned anything with him as of late? Talked to him besides the social gatherings?
No.
He is your best friend. You two used to be inseparable. I could never get alone time with Yuka.
Yeah.
Ty, you need to stop shutting down. Shutting people out.
What good's it gonna do, Izumi? It's just you and me.
Yeah, it is. We're supposed to be. Feels like it's been just me.
Why the hell do you think that I agreed to this then?
Agreed
This
to
murder
what?
of all the nomads?
What
How
choice
bullshit
is
do you
there?
think it is? There's always a choice, Izumi. I just
And what?
don't know what it is right now. The only choice I know that matters is that I made this so that our family is safe, so that you're safe.
You made this. You made this. You're acting like you made so many sacrifices or have worked so hard. Where have you been? Where have you been between now and when I last saw you? And don't tell me you were at home, because I can smell that bullshit from a mile away.
You know what? Never mind. Good night, Azumi.
At the door, you probably hear the sound of something like glass breaking. You could probably get a note the next day about when we're going to Ember Island. Like, it is it is like this time then. That's our
Oh,
like, it is
shit.
this is a we're going at this day.
He just looks at that. Oh, shit. What happened?
The next morning, after Yuki gets that, Ty is also going to get a letter. Like messenger hawk or whatever, just like whatever. Asking him to tea. Just very emotions were high. Yesterday was a lot. Tea.
He'll probably give it some time before he responds back.
Respond?
Assuming that Azumi doesn't leave within like the next
No, it's
3
like
days.
yeah, probably end of the week or beginning of the next week.
Okay. So probably like 3-4 days later, she'll get a note
Yeah.
under her door. Sure.
So have tea at her house again.
You do so.
She shows up.
He's fashionably late.
Of course, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah. Take a seat and like pull off his boots, put his feet on the table.
Yeah.
Magpie owns the place.
And she sits down and, you know, has the tea, whatever, some whatever cookies that we have that are normal, you know, the normal setting.
Ember spice, nice.
We need to be together in this more than ever. I'm sorry for my outburst.
Yeah, you're right. It won't help if we keep doing this.
I miss seeing you and Yuka together. I know you've probably been feeling a little left out. You're always welcome to come with me to Ember Island. It's a big island.
And encroach on your date? No way. How weird would that be? Big brother third wheeling? Come on.
You were friends before I jumped. We used to do stuff together. You let me tag along all the time.
Yeah. It's different now, though.
It's gonna be very different. I don't know how many of these... Can we just have one more trip as us? I don't know how many we're going to have if things are going how they're going. Please. I don't beg. You know, this is difficult for me.
Yeah, quite a rarity. I'm surprised, honestly.
Oh, I'm trying to give the olive branch here.
We'll see. Maybe.
Okay, well, if you decide we're going to be leaving in 4 days. So.
Gotcha. So, don't sell the estate in card game. Got it.
Please, I would appreciate it very much.
I'm just kidding. I wouldn't bet the estate. Only maybe a few rooms.
Oh.
Come on. That was funny.
I'm trying, Ty. I'm trying. If people weren't losing their estates left and right, I would be laughing as hard as the next person.
All right. Not bad on the tea, by the way. You're getting better.
I must have the sensibilities of, that is, expected of a young Fire Nation lady, and that includes the art of tea making, tea pouring. What good would I be if I couldn't pour a good cup?
You know, some see tea making as an art. There's a certain science behind it that takes a master to get right. I'd say you're more of a student right now.
Okay, there it is. There it is.
Okay. And he'll finish the tea time, unless Azumi has anything else to say. Probably pretty awkward.
I think that's it.
Yeah.
Little steps, baby steps,
Baby steps.
On the boat to Ember Island, Timon, do you make an appearance?
Yes, but probably like a day or two after. He wants to respect their time alone first.
Okay. You two make it onto Ember Island alone, expecting that Timon did not join you. But, it's a beautiful city. Well, beach. Community.
Beach. Yeah.
There's among things going on in Ember Island, there is there are parties going on all the time. There's a beautiful beach. There is actually a theater, a show happening in a few days' time.
What show?
The Tempest's Pride by the Ember Island Players.
I assume, do we know this one? Is it classic?
You don't know this one. It's a little more on the classical side, but it's kind of obscure.
Okay. He's probably strolling through the streets and seeing one of those posters.
It's you see all manner of Fire Nation noble enjoying themselves, looking upon like one of the billboards. You see the poster for the Ember Island Players. What's interesting? It's kind of marketed as a bit of a love story.
What do you think? You want to check it out?
I've heard it before. Pose. Hurt?
I mean, come on, what if it's really bad? Wouldn't that just be so much fun to laugh at?
It's
These
marketed
Ember Island Players. Okay.
Come on!
as a love story and a tragedy.
Oh.
Oh.
Let's see how bad they can really butcher this. Okay, I'm in.
Let's do it. Yeah.
Where do you guys, for lack of better terms, shack up?
Again, I imagine my family's got
Your
real
place is
estate somewhere
probably-
out there.
It's a beautiful
And it's
estate.
probably a bit more upkept than yours.
It's a beautiful estate that is very well kept up since it has multiple heirs and a very respected father figure.
Respected.
You have he is very well respected, just not by you. He is a very beautiful
Valid.
estate with an entire oceanfront property. There's this entire section, like a balcony, that overlooks the ocean. And you can see as the sun starts to set, dusk, and you have wait staff and people who tend to the estate when you're not there. They greet you warmly and happily and recognize Izumi on a dime. They're very happy to see you and they help with everything you might have. Inside, it's very tasteful. You see the normal Fire Nation, like deep brown, almost deep, so brown it's red kind of wood accents, golden fixtures, beautiful lights and chandeliers. Some admittedly tacky seashell wallpaper, but it kind of works with the general vibe of the place. Yeah. Ty, you arrive a day later.
Yeah. I'll probably, in terms of like our family's properties on Ember Island, like, are they in very trafficked areas? Are they close to each other?
No, a lot
What's
of the
the layout
Fire
looking
Nation,
like?
a lot of the noble kind of house, like the truly noble inner circle to the Firelords, do not deal with traffic or commoners. No, not by a long mile. You do not have really oceanfront property, but you are in the middle of some beautiful woods. You can still hear the ocean very clearly. These large palm trees and enormous ferns. This place hasn't been kept up very well. You have someone that comes in like maybe once every few weeks. They don't have wait staff. You don't have people that are waiting on you. But you do have a beautiful house that has been left alone.
How close are our two properties?
Fairly close. Definitely within walking distance. I'd say maybe about 15-minute walk.
Okay.
Okay, it's not bad.
He'll probably just honestly hang out at his own property as much as he can, kind of kicking it out in the front porch. Just waiting for them to eventually walk by.
You see paintings of your family as you kind of walk by. This place hasn't been really touched. It is still in generally good repair. Enough for like cobwebs not to really spawn, for things to generally not be stolen. But you find paintings of when your family was happy. Both your father and mother alive. Some of both just you, your sister, and your mother, and your father. Some of just you, Izumi, and Yuka. Paintings together. You do find a painting that was done in the style of like a court kind of painting, someone who was there in the moment, who painted Izumi turning in Magistrate Fu, I believe was his name.
Lord Fu.
Lord Fu.
Oh, yes.
That gets
During,
a real good chuckle out of Ty.
Yeah. Back during the summit days.
Yeah.
And in the picture frame, you have like a little piece of rust left over from the ordeal.
That definitely gets a good chuckle out of Ty. But,
Yuka
yeah,
and
he'll
Izumi. Yeah?
I was saying he's just gonna hang out until he like sees them.
You guys do eventually happen upon this place. Izumi, you do want to see how the property ended up being kept. And you do see that your good-for-nothing shithead brother did end up coming just fashionably late, like an asshole.
Without telling, yeah.
Without
yeah. So I imagine, like, we're strolling and stuff, we're walking
Yeah.
by.
I think
and
once
it's
we're
like, I
out of
see-
like the main city, that's when we're like a little closer. That's when we've got like,
Closer
you know,
to-
walking
yeah,
hand in
before
hand
we're
or
just-
like your arms.
Yep.
Yeah.
Arms
That's
are
when we're
like-
walking a little more
Honestly,
like a couple.
before you spot him, you probably just hear a "Aww."
Good to see you showed up. I should have known. I should have told you that we were leaving 2 days earlier. Then we might have actually came at the same time.
Oh, you know me. I'll just pick up a fruit and kind of throw it your way.
And I'd look at the house. How's it holding up?
Well, all things considered, seems as if we haven't been forgotten, even though we don't really inhabit this place very often.
I'd like to change that. It's a shame. Forget how much I like Ember Island.
Well, hey,
I look
you're offering to
between
move out.
Yuka and- I look between Yuka and Tide.
He's like, yeah, Yuka just looks very awkward, not knowing really know how to approach the situation.
It's kind of like with Izumi, just looking between them. Ty's just like,
Okay. Yuka,
You-
your family has a. We need some fire whiskey. Come on, let's go.
I won't say no to fire whiskey.
Come on, Tide.
groan as it gets out of the chair he's in.
Oh, like you've never said no to a free drink.
I didn't say I was saying no. I'll join in step behind you.
The general bar area, kind of where people go for some entertainment, is a little closer to the beach, which is, again, in a very brief walk towards the sounds of children screaming in the waves. They begin to card you, but you get the sense that nobody here really knows you, which works to your benefit. It seems knowledge of the war and generally, although these things are all things that were assumed to be safe in your hands, people don't know what's going on. They're just living their lives, some on vacation, are people just having a good time and just trying to make ends meet.
Yep.
You
That's
mull
why
this
I love
over.
this place. I'll pay for drinks.
You mull this over your various brands of fire whiskey. Timon, you learn of the Ember Island players' incoming play. Even amongst the Fire Nation, while the Ember Island players are regarded as the best performers, local performers in the Fire Nation, some do go to see them as sport. In fact, many go to see them as sport.
Okay. You'll go.
Yeah.
Good. And then she whispers to Yuka, I like how he likes to think he has a choice in the matter.
It'll be a good time. Just, closer to like the old times,
Well, remember when we went and saw, what was it? The sun and the moon. Back when we were, what? 13?
Oh,
And it was just
awful.
that guy that they had suspended acting
Yeah, and he
as
did
the
like
sun.
yeah.
And then he fell during the second act, and I'm pretty sure he broke his leg. But he kept going. He was like mid
Like,
monologue.
yeah,
going.
Yeah, and then like there was like the moon, they had the weird thing with the water and that like snapped in half.
It was a cluster, and I have never laughed so hard. Oh my gosh! But
the punishment I got from my dad for laughing as loud as I did. Oh man. Worth it though.
Yeah, you got me, and you roped me into that. That was. Oh.
The evening for the play comes pretty quickly. Time passes rather fast on Ember Island.
On Ember Island, unfortunately.
Thank
It's a
the
book
gods for
slow
that.
Island time, but yeah.
Did you guys want to do anything while you're on island time?
Relax at the house from time to
Yeah.
time where we can like actually be a couple, you know?
That would be
but
nice.
also
That would be preferable.
Zumi also tries to deliberately like go and spend like me time to get those two to she
Talk it
deliberately
out.
tries to like make openings where it's just you guys because she's like, God damn, this is like I'm
Does
gonna
it
go
ever
read
work?
out there.
I feel
There's
like once we've had a couple
probably-
of fire whiskeys in us, it's not too difficult.
I think there's some progress, and it's definitely a little bit better than it was originally.
Yeah.
But there's probably also some very awkward games of like cards or
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
still kind of like feeling up back into it a bit.
Yeah.
Then we will allow those awkward games to exist in our mind because I don't have more of those
Yes.
in my.
No,
Fair.
we all can feel it. We all know it. We've
Yes.
been
Yep, it's all
Yes.
there.
Yep.
Yep, we know it's there,
Yep.
but
The night comes for Tempest's Pride. It's this enormous, elaborate, very, very well-funded theater. Let me turn off the ocean ambience for this.
children.
It is a very well-funded theater. It is this overacted blah of a show, but the actual writing is quite interesting. I won't subject you to the acting of the Ember Island players. But the
a
Tempest
wonderfully written
Pride,
show we will never touch again.
I don't know, might be more relevant than you think. The Tempest Pride, it is ridiculous when you start, because it starts out as the first person on stage is Okina, this enormous, beautiful fire spirit. Or at least she's supposed to be. She's covered in like yards of craft paper and horrible, flimsy puppetry. But again, divorcing the source material from the horrible acting going on. It is the story of Okina, the fire spirit, who falls in love with a mortal man with the power to control the wind. Enig. He gave her love and she burned brighter than ever before. They traveled the land and were so powerful together that no man could overcome them. No beast could shake them, and no one in the world could stop them. Enig was strong and wise, and Okina was powerful and cunning. But one day, Enig asked for her to relinquish her spark. He longed to touch her, to feel her skin on his. She cared for the man so much, and she agreed. With her fire gone and her power abandoned, she was vulnerable to all manner of bandits. They were assailed with knives and swords, and Enig could not overcome them alone. He was captured and sent away while she was left to die alone. Her last moments are spent begging to the heavens for the return of her light. And the curtain falls. And the cast come out and bow. A tragedy, truly.
That's a new one.
Well, Yeah, that's
I feel like they could have done with a little bit less fans. It kind of was a little distracting, but the writing was oddly, that was beautiful.
yeah. Wish they had, maybe some actors to read them.
Yeah, yeah. The one guy who played Enig was a little, the way you needed to stop yelling every word. I feel like his monologue would have been a lot more powerful.
What do you think,
Just
Ty?
me.
You look over and Ty is gone. He disappeared at some point during the last act.
Look over.
Like not
You know
not
what? That's
even
fair.
not even like minutes before the show ended, he dipped and you didn't see him.
Oh. Well,
I think I'm gonna call it a night. I'll meet you back at the house.
okay. Yeah, let's okay.
She gives him his hand a squeeze in the dark while they're, and then she's gonna walk back.
Heads out. Yeah, I will oh, wait a few seconds, and then when she's gone, I'll get up and leave through a different way. Back to the house.
Your stay here at Ember Island, while a bit difficult, is generally a step back from your duties. Is there anything you wanted to achieve here on Ember Island? You're free to return any time, but for this one trip.
No, I mean we pretty much got our time together, so like I'm cool with that.
Then over the
After
next year.
after the,
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
No,
I was
go,
just
go,
gonna say
go.
after the play night. I don't know if Ty is still around. Azumi's not gonna try and force them to do anything or do any kind of proximity. She's just kind of gonna do her own thing and is gonna be,
invisible.
she's not gonna try.
It seems not all rifts are mended in an evening. It is a full year till the Air Nomad genocide. You are all given the chance to do whatever you like during this time. I'm aware of two immediate things. Yuka, I'm very well aware that Kenji, your brother, has been awarded a seat in the Red Raiders, a naval fleet of specialized firebenders, special forces. A bunch of your
Good for
families getting
him.
together to see him off if that's something you wish to attend.
I
Timon, I
don't
know
wanna,
Master
but I will.
Asana is always looking for fun times. What?
Ooh, I thought I was on mute. I said I was just thinking that.
But whatever you like to do over this next year is yours. Now is the time for questions. Now is the time to develop relationships, however you see fit.
I don't want to go see my brother off, but I have a feeling I'm going to be forced there. So
No, you are not. Your father will not be present. This is entirely on your own volition.
No, I'll go.
Does anyone go with you?
I mean, I imagine my mom will be there, and she'll probably have the two other the twins with her.
Mm-hmm. Uh, do you invite Azumi or no?
I'll tell her about it, and I'll be like, hey, if that's something you want to come to, you can, but like, I gotta go do this thing, and if not, I completely understand. My brother's a shithead.
I can go. It's not that far reach for, that's a very impressive feat for your family, and our families were always close.
Yeah, that's
In my
true.
respects.
We could always, also just say, Ty was gonna come, but he got pulled into a meeting, so you're here.
Yes, I'm representing. Yeah.
Cool.
And I'm just so that we know, I'm not going to be there for your brother.
Appreciate it.
Is this large gap? There's a lot of different people that are leaving for their own first time into the Navy. There's a bunch of different Fire Nation ships, and you see Kenji proud standing on the pier talking to some people, getting like pat on the back by a few of his superiors. And you see your mother Liara holding back the twins from doing no amount of stupid crap they would rather do.
There is so much they could be doing.
So much they could be doing. And thanks to your mother,
I can
it doesn't get done.
Also help. I was gonna say I can also help her with that.
You do it. She sees you, she goes, oh, good, you're here. Yuka!
Of course. Hey, come on now.
You came.
Yeah, well, can't send Kenji off without the family here, right? I'm also here to keep you two troublemakers in line. This is his day, don't ruin it. Yes!
I would never cause trouble, and anyone said I would, I'll do things to. Would I? Yeah!
Hold on a second, I forget which one was the more... Oh no, they're both chaotic, so which one?
They're both chaotic.
Yeah, I was like, so...
The slightly more monotone one is the girl.
Okay, is Miyoko. And okay. So I look at Takahiro, then I just stare at him like, really?
He like puffs out his chest to be as big as he possibly can.
I just squat down in front of him. Really? And I'm just gonna kind of ruffle his hair, that's what I thought.
He like he flails trying to get at you. Your mom just puts her hand on his head and turns him around. Stop it. Yes, Mom. It's this large endeavor in which your siblings obviously pay a lot of attention to their elder brother. Mm-hmm. And your mom just sits down and just goes, "Thank you for being with us, Izumi. It is a pleasure to see you here."
It's always a pleasure to see you. What is your last? Out of character? What's your last name?
I don't have a last
lady.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about
Okay,
it. Don't worry
lady
about
blah,
it. We
blah,
never
blah.
came up with one.
Yeah.
People in the Avatar verse do not have
proper
last
respects.
names unless they are
It's
from the
true.
Earth Kingdom
They
and
don't.
named Beifong.
That's true. Okay, that's true. Okay, so lady.
You could-
blah, blah, blah.
Lady, you
Of
could also
course.
you also could just probably call her Lady Liara, because that is, I mean,
Okay,
you're
that's what I said,
called,
lady.
you're called,
I
Don't they
said
call you
Master
Lady
Yuka
Izumi?
earlier. Like,
yeah.
Yeah, Liara. Of course, Lady Liara.
What happened to that brother of yours?
Oh, he's in a meeting. He wanted to send his regards and his support and congratulations to Kenji on this great accomplishment. You must be so proud.
We are. We are. Miyako! What? Get back here! Get off of that llama! I'm sorry. You see that she has like these sleep eyes below, like bags. She has not slept well in perhaps 12 years. Father doesn't really make an appearance, but Daizo does send his regards, and champagne is opened, fire whiskey drunk, and a bottle of it is
there's lots of fire whiskey
thrown
drunk.
is thrown against the ship as Kenji makes his as Kenji like is about to make his final appearance. He goes down to you, Yuka. Any last
Nice
words?
job, Squirt.
I
Nice job,
know.
Squirt. Don't get yourself kicked out.
And what, leave
And
you to have all the fun here?
Or...
Yeah.
Well, I mean... Well, one of us has to, I'm here. I have to stick around to give Dad a hard time. You know that.
Goodbye, Yuka.
Bye, Kenji.
He goes to, like, kind of, like, offer a half-hearted hug, and then he just kind of takes it back. And he just goes,
and, like, I know he's not that
ship.
much younger than me. I was like, I know he's not that much younger than me, but I'm just like, fine, and I'm gonna pick him up, and I'm just gonna, like...
Run! What are you
bear hug
doing?
him. Come on.
What are you doing?
I have to embarrass you one last time. I have to
Yeah, I was
embarrass you
gonna
one
say,
last
watching
time.
the spectacle, all the other
Hold on, almost,
soldiers around.
Almost, and we're done. And I just drop him.
Ugh. When I come back, I hope you aren't here.
Same.
Damn it, I'm gonna be late. And he runs off to his ship. You swear you hear under his breath, I'll miss you. But he never turned around to say
That
it.
can't be right. That can't be right. He'd never
No.
say.
And he
Listen,
runs
Mr.
off.
Hey.
And you hear your mother, one down. I'm looking down at Miyoko and Takahiro. 3 to go. And you see her trying to keep them apart from, like, beating the hell out of each other.
They'll be out of school before you know it.
Did that keep you out of trouble when you got out of school?
Fair.
Honey, I'm gonna have to leave. It was so good seeing you. And she just, like, puts her hand on, like, your shoulder and touches your cheek a little.
If you,
And Izumi, it's so nice to see you as well.
Don't hesitate to, if you need anything.
Oh, and the likewise back to you, sweetheart. I have to get these two back to school. Coming, Mom! They have earned themselves a bit of an internship with the Minister of War. So that should be fun when they get out of their preschool.
Oh,
Pre-graduate
no.
school.
Yeah.
I know, I'd be afraid of
Same thing.
whoever winds up at the end of those explosives. Come on, children. Children!
I turn to Yuka. I've always admired your mother's forwardness.
Yep.
It's
Yeah.
refreshing. She needs.
She's
I'm sorry. Forget all those. And she kind of nods to the naval officers. Your mother deserves more badges than them.
No, absolutely with the twins alone. But also she's hey. I mean, valid and fair, but hey.
Sorry.
But she has been through a bit, so I mean, I wholeheartedly agree.
So who's going to be on the receiving end of all of your jokes now that Kenji's gone?
I have no idea. All I know is that my relationship with my father is about to become even more strained. As annoying and as much of a kiss ass as he was, Kenji was a very nice buffer.
Good distraction.
Yeah. He was the golden kid. So he was the best. Always something I could deflect to. So
I
being
give
the
I give his like arm just like a squeeze, very like low, kind of like in the crowd, just
Yeah.
very subtly, so only he notices, not making a big, show of it, just that slight reassurance.
I don't
Remember, I'm here.
I know.
You're not alone.
I know. I know our last impromptu get together with Ty wasn't super successful.
I'm sorry for that. I was trying to.
No, I get it. But I have been thinking about some things, and look, I can't talk about it here. But I want to get out with the two of you. Despite the weird gap between me and Ty, is still my best friend. So I
At the time.
I have some things I want to talk out, and I just want to talk it out between the three of us. All right.
Yeah. And set the time, set the place. He might be more receptive to a meeting with you than with me. Last time I sent him an invitation, it took him 3 days to respond, so.
I will try. I don't know when yet. Like I said, things are probably about to get a little more chaotic in my house with Kenji gone, but I don't know, a week or two.
Okay.
Thank you, by the way.
I'm a sucker for a sad face.
I'm not sure how to feel about that, if I'm being completely honest.
Well, when you're all being all sad and mopey right now, and just
So what? Wait, hold on. So is this all out of pity? And I'm like overacting for it, like I'm hamming it up. Is this out of pity?
My heart reaches
hurt.
out. I am a charitable soul, I just grieve for the less fortunate.
I am wounded. I am hurt. All of this was a lie. I cannot believe. No, I can't. I can't talk to you. I don't want to look at you right now. And I'm gonna.
Oh, she's gonna like quote. She's like
The
gonna do a
fucking
quote from the player, something about like I'm alone and my whenever the fire spirit's lover is like gone, and so she's gonna like do that, like one of those kind of quotes and stuff before walking away.
You're the worst, and I hate you.
I hate you too.
Timon, is there anything you want to do during this year?
Oh, you can bet your ass he's going to visit Master Asama.
Okay. You make your way up the hill. At some point after the Ember Island excursion, you make your way up. It would be
pretty recently after that.
You make your way up the hill, and she lives in this large estate. She has a few students that do come through, and often doesn't like taking them. But you do know that people do often come through because she has to keep the lights on, so to speak. What do? There's like this large, imposing door knocker in the shape of like a dragon. You see this butler man opens up the large door, and he only does it halfway to where you just see his eye. And he closes it again. You hear like a series of latches unlock. Hello, sir.
Just give him like a pat on the side of his arm. Oh, come on, you know I'm your favorite. And he like steps through the door.
Then he closes the door and refastens all the latches. You walk through this estate. You know exactly where you're going. The way it's made is to be in somewhat harmony with nature. There's some texture to the flooring. The way the actual house is made up of seems to curve and shape with the land of which it was built upon. There's this large room where a woman is sharpening her sword. She is this thick black hair and has her back turned towards the door and just mentions, "Oh, it's been a while."
Sensei?
What can I do for you, Ty?
How about just another class for old time's sake? I know
I
I already graduated technically, but just something, anything, I don't care. Katas, spar, doesn't matter.
She stands up in these honestly pretty beautiful robes, with her sword, and she points it at you. A spar. I could use someone to put me through my paces. Maybe downstairs.
You got it.
It's this beautiful estate. There's this large overhang below deck where you're fastened with a bunch of swords, spears, a bunch of armaments of war meant for you to use however you desire. What do you pick? Or did you bring something of your own?
Oh, I brought my sword.
Okay, just one sword?
The sword, yes, the sword. It was a labor of love that Ty personally forged himself. It's probably not the best metalwork, but it's his.
Have you chosen?
Always.
You walk out into the sparring ring, which overlooks this beautiful countryside. These large mountains in the distance, a lake far beyond your reach, and a beautiful bamboo forest on your right. She turns to meet you and gives you a bow. I'm going to need you to rely on your skills and training.
Oh boy, all right. Let's see. So that is going to be straight 7.
It's a hit. And something bad, but also a hit. You give your bow in equal measure, and you cross blades, and you meet her speed for speed. You match her across the terrain. Both of you are not really acting, at least yet, to disarm or to kill. It is more of a dance, a choreography that you never rehearsed. In taking this time, she asks you, your technique is still good. I sense something is troubling you.
I do my best to keep practicing. Helps me focus.
And as for the trouble,
The trouble doesn't help me focus. He probably loses his footing at one point and has to roll to the side.
You do so. She notices this and picks up on it. Well, if you're not able to face the trouble, then you are not able to face me. What is it?
Quite confident giving yourself the name of trouble. You'll re-engage.
I'm going to have you rely on your skills and training one more time.
Oh, hell yeah. That's an 11.
Right on, a direct hit. You enter into a lock with her. Young man, I go by many names, and trouble has been that for exactly... Wait, how many years have you been alive?
Damn, you're old. He'll keep going. He'll try to break the lock and like swing around the side to get a good hit.
Your spar takes you into the forest, down the hall, back up from the forest, carving a path for the two of you until it is all but unmistakable. She praises you for your good footwork, but she also mentions in the middle of your battle that your heart isn't in it.
Yeah. I imagine the fight doesn't go on much longer before he eventually probably loses focus and footing, and she's able to get the upper hand.
She does. On this bridge, you manage to fall just a little too far forward, and she holds her blade up to your throat. She's also pretty out of breath.
I think that's the best I've done so far.
You have the makings of a master swordsman, and I am still proud. And she removes her blade from your throat.
He'll sheath his.
And she snaps into the air, signaling her butler for tea. I don't suppose you've come to see your old master for a bit of sparring practice.
Oh, come on. You know I always miss you, Sensei.
You miss me when I have something to give you.
Hey, that's not fair.
But it is true.
I guess I am looking for something.
What is that?
Advice.
Her waiter comes with a warm plate of tea. Her favorite, jasmine.
I assume by now you are well up to date of the ongoings in the War Council.
Somewhat. Enough to be made aware, but not enough to be in. The Firelord is known for a good many years that I do not train military regimes. Only few people that are worthy of training.
Well, it's not my intent to talk about that, but it is a result of that. I've recently me and Azumi got in another fight again.
Oh, I mean, yeah.
Yeah. Well, it went better than it has before. She invited me to tea and ended up inviting me out to Ember Island with her and Yuka.
Sounds like she's made strides.
Yeah. It seemed kind of odd. I don't know. She's been on her toes. I don't know. Different since the Firelord made this call.
Seeking unity in a family, especially in a time like this, seems pretty normal to me.
Come on. Now, of all times, declaring war is unity?
No, I don't mean the fire. I don't mean the country. I mean wanting to stay together as a family.
And what
Does seem
reason
like
does
it.
she have to right now?
Well,
I'm a total failure in her eyes. She has no reason to want me united.
you're also her brother.
I guess.
Yeah. Siblings.
Yeah. But I just... I've been... Her inviting me to Ember Island, I was able to talk with Yuka a bit more, and we hit it off okay again, but like... The times we hit it off best were when we were, a few drinks deep, and outside of that, it still felt different and awkward, and I don't know how to change that. I feel different.
You are. Losing a parent changes someone. Losing anyone changes someone. But Yuka's always been there for you, from what I hear. I did have a student once, I won't say in a similar situation, but their solution was to simply keep throwing themselves at the problem until it wasn't a problem anymore.
It's a pretty bullheaded way of doing things.
Fine, then I'll put it in a much prettier sentiment for you. The air nomads once had some ideas as to how life is lived. You can measure a wave. You can see it, you can quantify it, measure it, observe it, and then before you know it, it's sunk back to the sea. Maybe right now you're just a wave, figuring out how to return.
Or maybe I'm the foam on the shore that's at the end of its life. Wasted potential.
Or maybe we're thinking about this too much and you're deciding to have an allegory for a bunch of problematic things. Come on.
You know me. That's...
Also, that wave metaphor might have been about death, now that I think about it. And what is meeting other people than death?
Yeah. I'm sorry. This is all a little grim for my tastes usually, but there was just... I don't know. I thought going to Ember Island would help, but it just made things feel more weird, and there was this play, and it ate at me, and I don't know. I feel like things are worse off now.
I don't know about that. I think it made you confront it. You didn't like that. I think you're in a better place now than you were a few days ago at Ember Island. I think confronting this for you is good.
If I confronted anything, I lost.
Luckily, life is not measured in how many battles we've won, but the wars we persevered through.
Guess I got a big war ahead of me then.
And it's
Both
time to
realistically and
persevere!
metaphorically.
Well, let's not get there yet.
Yeah.
But all this to say, maybe you just started the healing process. I spend my days using swords and attacking trees, and occasionally students who don't bring them what I tell them to bring me. But, I mean...
It was one time. Okay.
And something tells me it will
It
not
was
be
more
the
than one time.
last.
Yeah.
But all this to say, things often get worse before they get better. Maybe just go for it. I imagine you need friends, kid.
That sounded a little bit ruder than I think you meant it.
No, I think it sounded as rude as I meant for it to sound.
Wise as always, Sensei.
That's me. I'm wise. One more tea.
I should probably get going.
Good idea. More tea. She drinks more tea, but does walk you to the exit. She does give you a kind smile and does offer you a gentle hug. And just mentions that this is all temporary. It will pass. And I think you would be wise to move forward through it and not just go back in the same place you were.
Right. Right.
Goodbye, Ty.
Goodbye.
The enormous doors close behind you. You still have a year.
What a coincidence. As the fates would have it, Ty gets an invitation from you guys a few days later. Wow.
What?
So, hey.
Fancy that.
What does the invitation say?
It's basically just a letter say like apologizing for how weird shit has been and how like he doesn't feel like he was really there for you as much as he could have been over this past like since the shit started basically since you lost your parents and there's some things he's been thinking about the past couple of days and he wants to talk it out with all three of us together.
I was originally going to say that he wasn't going to come, but he's going to call bullshit on that second part, so he has to come now out of anger.
Haha. You have fallen into my trap.
Got him. Got his ass.
Hook, line, and sinker. Said for like, hey, we're the probably like the following week.
Where do you meet?
Okay.
Again, probably our house, Ember Island, because he feels like that's the only safe place he can talk about this kind of thing. He cannot talk about this in the capital.
Okay.
He does not want. Yeah, it's the only only place he feels safe talking freely.
I'm guessing you don't mention me in the letter.
I mean, I said that I want to talk it out between the three of us, so.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You arrive at Ender Island sometime later. You meet on the beach. This fire made. No one around you for, at least for as far as you know, many miles. You see lights in the distance, but the great darkness of the ocean behind you. You all meet up in the middle of the night.
Hey, thanks. I wasn't actually sure you were gonna show up. I was hoping, but
Okay, yeah, let me get something straight first.
what's up?
You don't have to apologize for anything.
Oh, I don't know. I feel like you were going through a lot, and I feel like I don't know. I feel like there was something more I could have done. I don't know what, but I don't know, maybe if I tried harder, there wouldn't have been this.
No,
I'm
no,
sorry, it's a weird gap
No.
that we
No.
have. This.
Shut up. You don't have to say I'm sorry. It's not your fault.
Okay, fine. Go fuck myself, I guess. That's not why I called y'all here. It's not why everybody is here. Is it just the two of us right now, or has Zumi made it as well?
I'll probably want to give you guys a moment, you know, like and then walk
Okay.
in a little bit.
Then
later.
feel free to come in whenever you feel the moment is dramatic enough. Or whenever you feel it is a dramatically appropriate moment to enter. Ah shit. I mean, it's like that's not.
Oh, you're here.
Anyway,
I was making bets. You owe me.
okay.
I
Well,
rolls
at
his
least.
eyes.
Well, at least now that we're all here, I guess. How do I even start this off? This is so. Now that the kind of shock of everything that is supposed to happen is starting to wear it off, at least for me. I don't know if you guys are there yet. If not, it's fine. But I can't get over this, right? And I think I can. I don't want any part of this. I don't know how to stop it because I don't think we can stop it. But I don't want to be complicit in it either. Is this kind of the vibe? Are you guys kind of on the same page there?
I'm gonna go and like check out windows, you know, and just make sure curtains are drawn, you know.
You're on the beach.
Like, oh, we're on the beach.
We're out on the
Fuck.
beach.
Yes,
Okay, we're on the beach. Okay.
But like
Okay.
nobody's around. There's nobody around. We'd be
Okay,
able.
cool. No one's around. You understand what you're suggesting, Yuka?
I know this is gonna feel like the coward's way out, but I literally don't know what else to do. I don't want to be here when that happens. I do not want to be in the Fire Nation when this plan launches. The sound is.
You're going to leave?
I mean, unless either of you have a grand idea for some sort of coup attempt.
No, it definitely hasn't sat right with me. A whole people's.
I agree. It doesn't sit right with me either.
But we'll be leaving. You want to just go. Get away.
Yeah, I'm not saying tonight. But maybe we make a plan to flee somewhere. Start over. I don't know what else to do.
Start over. You know two people. Families have gone to the Boiling Rock for saying that.
I'm very aware of that. Why do you think I called you all here?
We need. We all understand the implications of what you're saying. Hell, the three of us have committed treason before. We'll be leaving everything behind. The Fire Nation in its entirety. None of us have ever been to any of the other nations. We'll be wanted criminals. They'll have our heads. We can't just weasel our way out of it like we did back when we were younger.
So what's the alternative? Do nothing, just sit back, let it happen, and just let that eat away at me? Because I'm not going to do that.
Your mother, our mother, had her own way of fighting for what she thought was right. And that was here. It's not going to be an overnight thing. This isn't going to be something that's going to be solved overnight. The Firelord has been planning this since before it got announced. There's no stopping
yeah, that's
it
for sure. Unless what? Anybody tries anything even remotely against this, they're dead. Full send. We try and fight it here, we're dead.
How would we fight it out there? Being nobodies. If we can't associate with being Fire Nation, if that's the case, because everyone else is going to see us as the enemy. The Fire Nation is going to see us as the enemy. We're leaving one war zone to go to another. At least here we have a chance to work from the inside.
No. You don't.
I was like, I don't.
Neither of you are heads of the house. You both should go.
What, and you're just not gonna come with? You're just gonna stay out here on your own? No backup, no support?
I'm the head of the house. I get to contribute to these military decisions. I could make a difference. Maybe. I don't know. I could help cover up y'all's escape. Something, I don't know.
Will that look? You've done the bare minimum since Father left.
I've done everything that I can to protect you, Azumi. Everything that I can.
Like gamble our fortune. Look,
what are you gonna do if you stay? Tell me. Right now. What are you going to do?
Do what I have been doing. Keeping our family off the streets. Talking to the right people. You don't give me damn near enough credit. You may have the title, but I've been doing the work. It's going to be very suspicious if all of a sudden you become the golden child, trying to actually be head of house, and how suspicious is that going to be? They're going to welcome you with open arms. Oh, finally, he's taking responsibility.
Yeah, they will. You've seen the delinquent I've been. I know it. I'm fully aware. I'll have a change of heart. Pride in my nation. Doing the right thing.
And you know what's not going to change? Until you actually... You can be and act as perfect as you want. But until Firebend again, no one is going to take you seriously at all.
What's your problem? Don't you want to get out of here with Yuka? Don't you want to leave all this behind, all these problems, so you can stop worrying about me like you say you...
Look. I'm just throwing out ideas here. I'm not saying it's a perfect plan. I'm just saying I would rather I theoretically have family in, I think it's the Southern Water Tribe.
Look,
So I'd have at least a starting point, but I don't, have much going for me here. Military career that my father wants for me that I want no part of. A title he wants for me that I have no part of. I have no problem leaving this behind. The only two people I care about are standing on this beach with me.
What about your mom? What about the twins? You'd never be able to see them again. Yuka, I don't like this. And she goes and, like, holds your hand. I hate what's happening.
I don't like it either, but I'm just... I feel like we're powerless here, and at least if we can find a new place to start over, we can at least have a start over. Again, I'm not saying it's perfect, you guys. I'm not saying we leave right here, right now, tonight.
Think about it. I'll think about it. That's a lot. Coming from me, you know that's a lot. I'll think about it.
Please do. That's all I'm asking. Hear me out, think about it. Or brainstorm some other idea. I can't stop this, but I'm not going to be complicit in it either.
Izumi, I get it. You hate me. You blame me. It's fine. You don't... It's fine. I'm not doing this for me. I'm doing this for both of you. You deserve a life together, and I can do the best work for you to get you out of here from here.
If I go along with this, I'm not leaving to have you end up on the boiling rock.
Absolutely.
Then I'll join you after. I just need a little time.
I mean, we're gonna need time. If we're going to pull this off, we are gonna need time to plan anyway, so think it over. Like I said, I've got at least a starting point of where we could go. But I don't... Just please think it over. Because if I'm doing this, I want my two favorite people with me.
We'll talk soon. And I will head off.
Look forward to it.
I'm sorry. Sit next to Yuka.
No, I'm sorry. This was just a stupid idea. I don't
hate him. He's my brother. He makes it so difficult.
I'm just gonna put my arm around her and pull her in. I know you don't hate him. Wow, this did not go how I planned. Just trying to like lighten the mood a little bit. I mean, I didn't exactly expect you both to jump on board right away, but didn't expect a screaming match.
I feel like with Ty, it's just things bottle up, and
That's what I'm afraid of. Is that if he stays here, either something's
stays
gonna
here-
happen, he's gonna snap, he's gonna say something, and he's gonna get himself in trouble.
that's exactly what I'm afraid of. If he stays here, he's going to either end up getting himself killed or thrown in jail. And I'm not
And I
saying
guess-
that because I'm a cold-hearted bitch like he thinks. I'm saying it because I know him. You know him.
Please, you are the least cold-hearted person I know.
I'm sorry, I'm not like most girls that would jump at the opportunity to run away and start anew. It's just I have to.
And I
Okay.
would honestly be worried if you did. Just jump in impulse like that. You who plans out every move before it even happens, I would be terrified if you just said, "Yes, let's go right now." I'd be like,
She
"Who are
seems
you?"
to-
I'm gonna put my hand on the other side of her face and just I'd be like, "Who are you and what have you done with Izumi? Because you are not her."
And she's gonna take your head and she's gonna pull you in and kiss you.
Ember Island is a beautiful place. Is there anything else you wanted to do tonight?
I mean,
I said anything. Some months later, silence is golden, Ty.
oh
Some
no.
months later,
Oh, I know.
you, Yuka, and Izumi. You wake up one morning in the same bed, and you've been awake for a while. It is a beautiful morning. No one around in the house. Rather quiet. Nothing really to do for the day.
Make tea like normal.
Okay.
And a little quieter than normal.
Okay. Facts, goddammit. Yeah, he'll just kind of get up and stretch. Morning.
Good morning.
Did you not sleep well?
Not particularly. Glad you had today off.
Yeah, me too.
You don't get this that often. Don't
Yeah,
ever let my brother know that I like playing domestic once in a while.
Perish the
And-
thought. No,
And her back is to you, and she's messing with something on the side table and stuff, and then she kind of stops, and you kind of see her shaking silently. Her back's to you.
Hey. Whoa, hey, hey, hey. I'm gonna kind of sidle up next to her and just kind of she'll like wrap my arm around her. Hey. Whoa, hey, what's going on? Sumi, talk to me.
I was being um I'm fucked.
Something tells me I've never seen Azumi this like speechless, like at a loss for
yeah,
words.
yeah, this is very not like
this is so out of character for her.
She's she's having a panic. She's trying to
then immediate so like once he sees it like okay now he's getting scared so like I'm gonna like take her hands and I'm gonna kneel down right in front of her and like try and make her look at me like hey whoa hey what's going on are you okay?
She's
he's just like gotta like not like he doesn't want to hurt her but like he's holding both of her hands like
she's crying and you feel her hands shaking. Yuka?
What?
I think I'm pregnant.
I'm sorry. What?
Weren't as careful as we thought.
This isn't funny. Izumi, what? I don't.
Do you think I would joke about something that is going to ruin me?
He's just gonna pull her in. He's gonna stand up and pull her up with him and just absolute bear hug. Like just holding onto her super tight. He's just at a loss for words. I don't. Fuck. Of course something like this happens. I
thought I had a plan for everything. I'm such an
hey,
idiot. I'm such an idiot.
Hey,
such an idiot.
Hey.
This is
I
some
think you
dumb
mean
shit Ty would do.
and he's gonna like grab her face again. I think you mean we're both idiots.
If I don't say anything, you can get off scot-free. I can't really
Yes. But again, there's two of us here. So look, I'm not gonna I don't want to pick a fight. I don't want to pick a fight. I don't. Oh, fuck. But I guess this means that our little runaway plan is not gonna be super great anymore.
No one can know about this. Yuka.
No. Obviously no one can know about this. And I don't know what to do. I don't know what you want to do, what, I don't know. But I do know, and I'm just gonna look at her. I'm gonna kind of tilt her chin up at me. He's like, I do know that I love you, and whatever you need from me, need me to do whatever, I am here. Okay?
And she touches your cheek and that's it. Love you too. Of course, you would be the one I would put myself through this for.
I just kiss her.
All right. Hold, please. So, the question remains, what is the plan for the end of the year?
That entirely depends on well, a couple things, but on who is, if we are in fact running or not.
So, what's going on right now?
You're still in the middle of the year. A bunch of events are just kind of playing out, and I need to know if you guys are leaving, and if you are, who's on board.
Okay. Ty, one night, is probably going to try to find Yuka. Like, late at night, climb up the side of his family's house, knock on his window kind of shit.
Classic.
Very Romeo and Juliet.
I was gonna say romance. Oh,
Romance.
The bromance is alive and well.
We love to see it.
So yeah, so you guys probably wide the fuck awake. Not sleeping super great, so he probably hears it and is just like, Ty?
Yeah.
Hey, what? Come in, quick, before somebody sees you.
He'll slide in and quietly close the window behind him. So how'd it go with Izumi after I left?
It was okay. I think, tensions were high, a lot of things were said, and
yeah.
they say Ember Island's a mystical place, ooh, magic enhances. I don't know if I believe that, but
Yeah, join the club.
I think she would at least want you to know she doesn't hate you. She doesn't hate you. But I think we both know that.
Yeah, she probably would have moved out a long time ago. I'm serious. I think you both should go. And I'll stay behind. I'll cover your tracks, and then I'll join you as soon as I can. But if you just vanish, they'll be on your heels. You won't. There'll be a blockade before you know it.
The unfortunate thing is I'm pretty sure you're right. I'm not the biggest fan of that plan, but it may be the most logical one. But you have to swear to me, if you are going to do this, if you are going to stay and cover our tracks, you have to swear to me you are going to be following us the second it is safe for you to. Pinky swear. Is a childish yes, but this was always our bond.
You're making me pinky swear.
Yes. This is how adamant I am about this.
All right.
All right.
Won't be far behind.
We'll get a plan and supplies together. We'll make sure to get enough for all of us. And if you can help out in the planning process, that'd be great. But you have, head of house things to do, so I understand if your time is a little crunched. But we'll figure something out, and we'll.
So what if I suggest a scouting party of some kind? Someone that'll go forth on a warship, or maybe not even a warship, maybe just a commercial ship, and pretend to be traders to scout out what's ahead, and you both can hitch a ride on it.
That could work. Probably a lot, more subtle than just hijacking my family's boat.
I
will
can offer it as part of my family. We'll front the costs of it. As much as Izumi thinks badly about my gambling, I try not to gamble away our life savings. I know it's important.
That's good. Okay, yeah, I think that could work. So then, we're not sending things out full force. Always a good strategy. I'm trying to think. Also, anything, I'm obviously, I don't know what I can do to help. I don't have a lot of sway. But if you need me to do something, find someone, talk to someone, I can do it. Although Izumi's probably better at that
Izumi's
than I
always
am.
been a better planner. Yeah.
No, I know.
I'll present the idea and offer the money, but I'll leave it up to her for actually planning what comes next.
Okay. Well, I think between the three of us, we can come up with a solid plan to get all three of us out of here.
Yeah. No, like I said, we pinky swore on it. Don't worry about me.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll be right behind
That's
you.
true. We pinky swore, so you got to do it.
But I think it would be best if you talk to Izumi, not me.
Okay.
Yeah.
That I can do.
All right. We'll be in touch.
Sounds good.
I'll slip back
Man,
up.
why does this feel just like the summit? This feels like the summit all over again.
It's just like halfway out the window. Somehow both similar and a lot worse.
Worse.
I close the window and head out.
What else needs to happen over this year?
So obviously, Ty is going to find an appropriate time to present the idea of sending forth a scouting party through means of a commercial vessel. Something that's not as...
We can do this part a little bit out of character. So we don't have to set the scene and stuff, just a discussion of the plan.
Yeah.
We can do that.
And he'll offer his family's money as funding for the effort.
Yeah, and obviously we don't have to do this interaction either, but obviously soon after Yuga, informs Izumi of the plan, and This was all before the big conversation, so.
Yeah. And then it's entirely up to Izumi now to plan the
I can
coordinate
help.
list. Okay. Yes, Yuka can help. Tai will not.
I may only have 2 brain cells, but I can help.
You can fetch the tea.
Yes, ma'am. Is that or is that not our relationship?
That's entirely our relationship.
What's the plan?
The plan is, assuming the pitch goes well and the Fire Lord accepts it and we're on our way, the plan is we're gathering
You
shit
want to
together to
follow
get ready to
through
leave.
with that plan?
I think so.
Okay. The
Unless
Fire
there are
Lord-
objections.
No, I just wanted to make sure that you as a
I
group.
say, unless
what
the
you
Fire
decided.
Lord tells us to fuck off, like.
Yeah, that's also
The
valid.
Fire Lord won't tell you to fuck off. He'll just kill you a little.
Kill you a little.
Just
a
a
little.
little. I
We'll
will
just say,
kill
for the
your
sake of
friends and
brevity,
family
that whatever you need, given your
remind
status and
you
your family
of
status,
my
especially
love.
Yuka's in the inner circle, that you have pretty much everything you need.
Okay.
You can make arrangements. So the plan is to hitch a ride on a scouting vessel and then ditch it later.
The
It is
commercial
to
vessel, yeah.
Yeah, I would say the plan is to hire a commercial vessel and then pass over the rest of the planning to Izumi and Yuka, because
Okay.
they will be in charge of getting themselves out, and then I will cover their tracks, and then whatever comes after that, I will handle on my own and get myself out.
Okay.
Izumi is very actively not happy with the idea of Tai staying behind.
He pinky swore, it's fine. He'll make it out.
I swear, we're
He
good.
pinky swore. He has
And
to do
how
it now.
does he plan? Unless he gives an exact like how he's planning on getting out, Izumi's not gonna be swayed very. Like she's like, okay, that's the start of an idea. Where's your plan to get yourself out? Saying it is different than actually doing it, because if it comes to light, that your idea that you passed, all of a sudden we're gone, and then you're gonna be like on eyes are gonna be on you. You're gonna be straight to jail.
Straight to jail.
Straight to jail.
Straight to jail. Something fishy, straight to jail. So
Straight to jail.
So Izumi's not gonna be as she needs more clarification on
That
if you're
sounds
planning
like...
on leaving, how are you doing it? Because right now, this isn't something we can just do on the fly. This isn't something that's like, I'll do it by the seat of my pants. No.
that
We're not
attitude.
14 anymore. Or it's like, haha, we're committing treason, but we're 14 and maybe we can...
Haha,
No.
whoopsie.
Oh, we're committing treason.
Whoopsies!
Hey,
What?
we're relatively older by this point. We're not 14
that's it.
anymore.
Exactly, which means it's not like, whoopsies, committing treason. Now it's, whoopsies, jail. Or dead.
The plan?
Izumi.
Me, just...
No, man, you gotta get yourself out. What are you doing?
Yeah, Tai has to... Izumi is not going with it if Tai stays behind.
Gotta give the pitch.
Fine. If I can't find the opportunity to get out of the Fire Nation on a vessel commercially in some capacity, I'm going to offer my service as a frontline officer on a warship until I can find my nearest stop in the next nation.
again, that's all good and well, unless as soon as they figure out that you smuggled or we got smuggled out, your ass is grass.
Well, I mean, who's to
It
say they're
can't-
gonna look at him if we disappear?
It can't be
I
tracked
feel
back.
like
They
no
know that
offense,
there's...
Ty, but I feel like everyone kind of knows you two are at odds with each other. And that at least we used to be inseparable, but we're not really seen hanging out or talking anymore.
It makes the most sense to me.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
It's a risky plan, but it's the only one we got.
Does anything else need to happen this year?
God, I hope not.
Yeah. It's probably...
I can think of something.
Oh,
So
no.
if we are certain that we are finished with the year's events, everything has been done and everything tended to,
Yeah.
are we?
Yes.
Silence
Yeah.
is golden, Yuka.
Oh God. Ah.
It is a stormy night. It is only a day before the plan is to be enacted, and for Izumi and Yuka to make their escape. Izumi is at one of the family estates, and Tai, you for some reason decided to check on her. The last time you see your sister, maybe ever. But something about it is rather wrong. While it is raining, you come on up to the exterior of the manor. And you see this, as you're about to turn a corner to the entrance, you see this large man at the entrance of the manor. He knocks on the door, and Izumi, you hear it.
I go and look through the people who I'm expecting.
It is him.
I open the door and, with a bow, let him in.
He gives you a bow as well and hurries on in. Tai, you recognize him as a general from the war meeting nearly a year ago.
General Zoe.
General Zoe. There is something about this interaction that is rather strange, especially of your sister. And you feel if you were to enter now, you might not get the full story. What do you do?
He'll kind of cautiously and as quietly as he can. Whether it's on like the second story or first story, find a good spot where he can listen.
Thank you for having me, ma'am. Sorry, he wrings out some of his hair like out over the window for the weather conditions.
Oh no, Kieran. I find a towel in one of my linen closets and hand it to him.
Oh, thank you.
It came very suddenly.
I'll say. Anyway.
Oh, please, sit. Tea?
Oh,
something to warm you up?
I would love some. Do you have jasmine?
Yes, of course. Be right back.
Oh, wonderful.
Get a cup for both of us. Set it out.
If I may, I am a rather impatient man. I'm sorry. I like to get to the bottom of things, but you didn't strike your family, especially in recent years, has not struck me as particularly. I'm not trying to be insulting here, of course. Dangerous.
I appreciate your honesty, and getting to the point. Idle chit chat tends to mask true meanings. I suppose my family's always played it safe. I suppose you knew my father differently than I.
Yeah, I did.
But I've learned a lot as well. And I understand that risks have to be taken. And, well, to be frank, if the right things were easy, we wouldn't be having war, would we?
Out of the mouth of babes. Perfect as always. I always thought you had the mind of even a head of state, ma'am.
Your flattery's kind.
That's honest as well. Usually for circumstances such as this, obviously it came as a courtesy. The Firelord himself wasn't interested in sending a battalion of troops in order to try and deal with one of their own. We are glad, and he will appreciate the idea of dealing with it internally. I can only imagine you're free to state what you want. You would be the final residing member of your house.
I understand, and I, too, am with the sentiment to keep things quiet. Our country is in it's a precipice. We can't have people knowing these internal things going on. It would make us look like we can't hold our own when really we're strengthening, like metalwork.
I'm so glad you understand. Are you seeking anything from this?
As you know, probably more than most, my family has been through a lot. Ups and downs, through the ringer. And I want to restore the honor that my father so gave his life to try and recover. I don't want his name or my mother's to be in vain, and I do not want to lie down and let that legacy die. I'm going to fight for it. It's in my blood. But I also know how politics work, and I need assurance.
Very wise. Very wise. I can appreciate a woman who knows what she wants. What assurances are you requesting?
A seat. I've been sitting on the sides for too long. I've been working towards keeping my family afloat while my brother attempts to fill in my father's footsteps. But I will not be in the shadow any longer.
You don't feel any remorse for this action.
He is my family. And this is the most difficult decision I have ever had to make. But I am also not blind to the reality of things and the bigger picture. I can't afford to be selfish. Not for myself. There's a bigger picture.
And from your letter, there is another young man.
Yes.
Are you not worried of his fate as well?
I said this is the most difficult decision, and I hope I can portray that accurately to you, that I didn't call you here and I didn't send that letter lightly.
My dear, your country is only as strong as its weakest links. And I think curtailing that little excursion is a testament to your own faith in our country. I can assure you, on my honor, that you will be taken care of, as well as giving you a place. I feel like someone with such sensibilities and a sharp mind would make an excellent voice by the Firelord's side.
Thank you, General. Your word. Your honors. Thank you.
I think this would be best dealt with tonight, if possible. Could you please let me know where this young man is residing, and then we will pick up your brother in due course.
Yes. Be right back. I'm gonna go and get documents, locations, the things that he needs.
Timon?
Timon quietly slips away and then sprints to find Yuka.
All right. So, you run through the rain as fast as your legs will carry you. You come upon Yuka's residence.
He doesn't even knock this time. He opens it himself.
He barges open. Luckily, Yuka, your family is actually gone for the evening. Various people deployed to their different stations. Your father out on another hunt. Your mother
you see
away.
Timon drenched in rain, and you can't tell if it's tears or the water from the weather above, but he looks very frazzled.
Whoa, Ty, what are you okay? What's going on?
Yuka,
Dude, what happened to you?
do you trust me?
Yeah?
It's a setup. They know we're leaving. We have to go.
Wait, what? What do you
We
mean?
have to go. I don't have time to talk. We have to go, Yuka, please.
We can't just leave. I can't. We're just gonna go now. We're leaving.
We have to.
Then?
Your family has a boat, right?
Yeah?
She set us up. She's the one that did this. I was there. I listened to her. She met with General Zoe. We have to go, please, Yuka.
No. She couldn't. She wouldn't do this. No.
We have to go, please. Please,
I
Yuka.
can't. Ty, I can't leave her.
She's the one who did this. I know you don't. I know me and her have a disconnected past. And I know we haven't been the closest of friends the last year, but you wanted to leave. You wanted to leave this all behind. She wants to see
but
the
I
house. She wants us in prison. Please, Yuka. I know you want freedom. And I'm going to try to call him out.
Ooh, okay.
Using the book. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Get into the heart of Avatar.
Oh shit, okay. Yeah, you get to roll, I guess. Hold on.
So I roll with your balance, right?
I believe
so.
Okay. And freedom is one of your balance traits, yes?
Yes.
Okay. Is it neutral, plus, minus?
I mean, it's neutral, I guess, because we all start.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I mean, you can choose whether or not it's like one way or the other when you do character creation, so I just wasn't sure.
Oh. Then yeah, I guess it would be +1 towards freedom. Because he's a little less concerned. He knows what's expected of him, he's just not super concerned by it, so.
Gotcha. Okay.
Oh,
So
it's
I
only an
roll
NPC
+1.
though, okay.
Is that correct? Does that sound right?
Yes,
yeah,
it does.
+1.
Okay. Okay. It's an 8.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So I either mark a fatigue or so they challenge your review in turn, mark 1 fatigue, or they shift your balance as they choose. So I guess I mark a fatigue, I guess? 'Cause that's all it says.
You can do either or. You're gonna mark fatigue, or you're gonna live up to it.
So yeah,
Calling
so
you
on
out,
a,
son.
Yeah.
on a hit,
Calling
they're
you
called
out.
to act
Freedom.
as you say. On a 7 to 9, they challenge a view of the world in turn.
I will. Because this is like, oh god, this is such a direct call because like he's right, but like.
You hear the footsteps of several army people outside. Your decision must come soon, or it'll be too late.
Fine. Let's go.
Okay. I'm sorry. And I'll lead him out.
You run out the door. You see behind you, after ducking behind into various alleys, you see behind you a group of firebenders led by General Zoe himself, knocking on the door from where you just escaped, Timon, Yuka. You run to the docks. Your family does have a boat, Yuka, for free to use. It's not the biggest thing in the world, but it'll at least get you off land, which is where you want to be.
Mm-hmm. Can I
You are
just
left
like
in the...
before we before we like get there, can I just like look back like as we're running away to like see if I can get a vibe on the general? Like obviously the army people showing up is what the fuck, but like I know there's nobody home. What does he do when there's no answer?
You'd have to stick around long enough for him to find out. He seems very stern and very set, this very vague smile on his lips. Would you like to stay longer and see what he does?
I do.
Do you let him, Timon?
So, are we still in the house, or are we like outside?
No, we're out of the
You're
house.
outside. You know what? Just for safety, I think what's going to happen is you guys are going to take the long way. You're going to go around and you're able to see from behind you. You see General Zoe's face go from a vague smirk to a furious furrow of brow. You hear the ignition of fire.
Yuka, we need to go. I'm sorry.
They're gonna kill her. They're gonna kill her, Ty. They're gonna kill her.
They're not. I promise.
Like, this can be like as we're running. Like, even if she is the one that set us up, when he comes back empty-handed, who's he gonna blame?
Us. We're gonna have the bounty.
Or
on
her for giving her bad information.
No. They won't. She sold us out. You were gone. That's confirmation. I'm gone. We get out of here. That's the safest bet that she lives.
Okay, fine. And just tears are streaming down his face.
Come on.
You make it to the boat. Again, not the largest thing in the world, but it'll get you off land.
I fired up.
You row against the angry sea, and you make some space. The waves are too much for you. And eventually, after about an hour, you lose consciousness. You wake up, still drenched, and your hands are in manacles. The floor beneath you is solid steel. You look across, and you see that you're in a brig. You see a couple earthbenders. You hear the footsteps of other guards. You're groggy. You look to each other. It is at this time, it is very difficult to account for the costs of war. From the people that it hurts is greater than the other. It is also us, the people who do it. Only time will tell if it is a wound that can heal.